No frozen fish here. Some of the coldest water in the world surrounds the continent of Antarctica. In fact, the water temperature is actually below freezing, around 28.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Ordinarily, water would freeze at 32 degrees, but the salt in seawater lowers the freezing point. Indeed, the temperature is so low that ice crystals float in the water. Given the water temperature, most wonder how fish thrive in the water around Antarctica. After all, the tissues and fluids in a fish freeze at 30.2 degrees, which should make the water surrounding Antarctica uninhabitable. Moreover, any fish in the area would ingest ice crystals in each mouthful. Despite these facts, many fish do live in the waters of Antarctica. For nearly 50 years, scientists have studied these fish, noting their exceptional capabilities. Nodothenoids. Scientists call the fish that can survive in such conditions nodothenoids. Antarctica boasts more than 120 species of such fish that can flourish in freezing water. These species include many fish unique to Antarctica. The threadfish pithead, for instance, lives at depths of around 2,000 feet in the cold dark of the Antarctic seas. It is difficult to imagine a more adverse environment. One of the most resilient species is the bald notothen, a fish that possesses unique physical features to ensure its survival in this environment. The mottled black and white appearance of the bald notothen, popularly called a bork, provides excellent camouflage when it swims under the layer of ice floating on the ocean. The slender fish spends its day swimming through the honeycombed channels of the ice pack, hunting krill, small crustaceans, for its sustenance. The question. The establishment of McMurdo Station in 1965. In 1956, scientists enjoyed an outpost that allowed them to study Antarctica up close. One of the first questions addressed had to do with the presence of fish in the regions below freezing water. The central question was really a very basic one. How do fish, whose tissue and fluids should freeze at temperatures below 30.2 degrees, survive in the Antarctic water? Even swallowing the ice crystals in the water would be sufficient for freezing and killing most fish species. Scientists at McMurdo Station analyzed the nodothenoids in the 1960s. They were astonished to discover that the different species of fish had one thing in common: a protein present in their blood that was missing in other species of fish common to warmer regions. This protein, researchers theorized, must serve as a kind of antifreeze. AFGP. Scientists named the mysterious protein antifreeze Glycoprotein, or AFGP. It exists in the bloodstream of all the fish that inhabit the Antarctic waters, such as the borks that dart in and out of the ice channels. Interestingly, the protein does not warm the blood. Rather, it attaches to ice crystals and prevents them from connecting to one another. Only recently have scientists discovered that the fish's pancreas produces the protein and secretes it into its intestines. Scientists believe this process occurs because the ice crystals, which enter into the stomach and intestines, pose one of the first dangers to fish in very cold water. This salutary protein targets those ice crystals and also enters the bloodstream, thereby preventing freezing from taking place in the circulatory system. Human applications. The same protein that fish use to keep their fluids and tissues from freezing has a wide range of potential applications for people. AFGP can aid in preserving organs for transplant. Researchers believe it might even be valuable as a de-icer, because it is 300 times more powerful than chemical antifreeze. In the area of food production, the protein could be used to ensure that frozen foods taste fresher. The adaptive capabilities of these extraordinary fish still attract scientists to probe even further, even to this day. Studying the creatures of the Antarctic area could eventually enhance or improve many aspects of our lives. Perhaps more useful secrets lurk in the deep waters of Antarctica. The information in paragraph 2 supports the idea that Antarctic fish A. adapt to cold water, B. struggle to find food, C. produce fatty layers of tissue, D. migrate to avoid ice, E. receive nutrition from crystals. Question 32. Read the sentences from paragraph 3. The threadfin pithead, for instance, lives at depths of around 2,000 feet in the cold dark of the Antarctic seas. It is sufficient to imagine a more adverse environment. These sentences suggest that the author A. admires the unspoiled beauty of Antarctica, B. appreciates the kinds of life Antarctica supports, C. is disappointed that so little is known about Antarctica, D. is dissatisfied that people wrongly see Antarctica as a lifeless place. Question number 33. Read this sentence from paragraph 3. The slender fish spends its days swimming through the honeycomb channels of the ice pack, hunting krill, small crustaceans, for its sustenance. The word sustenance means A. nourishment, B. camouflage, C. navigation, D. protection. Question number 34. Which statement best expresses the main idea of paragraph 3? A. Fish that live in the Antarctic waters are called notothenoids. B. Fish in the Antarctic Ocean have specialized coloring to hide from predators. C. The features of the bald notothelin fish helps it dominate Antarctic waters. D. Many types of fish thrive in the water around Antarctica. Question number 35. In paragraph 6, the word salutary means A. individual, B. energetic, C. beneficial, D. invisible. Question number 36. The organizational structure of paragraph 6 is described as A. definition, B. generalization, C. comparison contrast, D. chronological order. Number 37. Which section would most likely describe future uses of the protein found in fish that live in below freezing water? A. notothenoids, B. the question, C. AFGP, D. human application. Question number 38. How can the reader best tell that this is an expository selection? A. It offers a vivid description of the ocean fish. B. It presents a series of close related facts. C. It reveals the author's stance on an issue. D. It focuses on fish rather than humans. Question number 39, which is not in here, but I'm going to read it to you because you have it. Question number 39. What is the author's most likely purpose for writing this selection? A. To explain how some fish can survive in challenging conditions. B. To prove that studying fish can be an economic boon for humans. C. To establish that McMurdo Station performs an important function. D. To highlight a certain fish that lives in the waters around Antarctica.